Harold Thompson here. This week I'm going to cook some ribs out on my Traeger 575 smoker. I've never done it before, so it's going to be a trial and error. Hopefully I do it right. These are supposed to be St. Louis style ribs. I'm not going to trim them up. It's everything I've seen on YouTube, other cooking channels, is that they cut them up. I'm an amateur. I'm cooking in the backyard. I want all this meat on there. Hopefully they turn out great though. I'm going to cook it with I'm going to use the cherry pellets on the Traeger grill and see how it turns out. I know hickory seems to be a lot more popular, but I'm going to try out with the cherry because I had them in there from last week when I did the pork out on the grill. So let's get started. A little joke. So how do you know a hamburger's been cooked in outer space?
How?
It's a little meatier.
Well, I hope your barbecue tastes better than that joke.
All right, well, with that being said, I'm gonna put my hairnet on and we'll get started, okay? So, first I'm gonna start off by pulling the membrane off of this, and they've said that I use a paper towel, is what I've seen on television, is you use paper towel, help you grip it and pull that off. So we're gonna give that a shot real quick. All right, so I'm gonna try to grab this membrane here, and I'm gonna use a paper towel that I've learned on television. So get a good grip on that, pull that thing up. I've seen guys do this on television, they get it all in one grip. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get this one all in one pull. So we're gonna try that again. And the reason why you wanna pull this off is because you're gonna get your seasoning down to the meat, and you're also gonna help you out with that bite, because if you bite into this after you cook it, you have that on there, it's gonna be a little tough. So look at there, got a good pull on it that time. So that can't, I think I got it all that time. So a little meat, a little extra fat here. I might trim that off here in just a minute. But now I'm down to the meat, and look like we're gonna be ready to cook. So I'm gonna do that 3 more times on these other 2 packets, and then get these ready for cooking. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to use a Perini Ranch steak rib rub. My daughter got me that for Christmas. They're in Buffalo Gap, Texas. Probably the best steak I've ever had was at that restaurant. Bone-in ribeye, just melted in your mouth, really good. I actually had some jalapeno cheddar grits there that were really good too. So we're going to use that rub. That's going to be the primary rub on top. I'm going to use this hand grenade that I used last week on some pork on the back side. Give it some flavoring on there, but I'm going to use the really good stuff on top. And then I'm going to finish it off. When I wrap them up in the aluminum foil, I'm going to finish it off with some butter, light brown sugar, and we're going to try out this seasoning I have over here for that. And then 2 other slabs of ribs. I'm going to finish off with some Sweet Baby Ray's. What we got over there? We got the sweet and spicy, the regular barbecue sauce, and then one of them I'm gonna just leave dry with the Perini Ranch. After they're done, I'm gonna cover them up. So we're gonna cook these at 275 for about 2.5 hours, meat side up, and then once we pull them off, like I said, I'll double wrap them in foil, put some butter, brown sugar, some of this seasoning on there, put it face down, put them back on the grill for about 2 hours at 275, and then what we're going to want to do is see these bones right here. They're going to pull back a little bit. You're going to see about 1/4 inch of that bone sticking out. Hopefully that's what we're going to see, is that bone revealed at that time. Once that's pulled back, we'll pull them off and we'll be ready to eat at that time. So I'm going to use mustard as a light base to help my seasoning adhere to it. Some people say you don't need that on ribs. I think it's a choice of flavor there. So with that being said, we'll get that going. Cheers. All right, I got those pulled off, got all 3 of them done. This is one we're going to season here real quick. I am going to use a little bit of mustard base. Some people just put it right on it. I'm going to do the mustard. Being a rookie, I feel a little bit more comfortable with it. It actually cooks off, so you don't have to put a whole lot on there. We're gonna rub that on there. And I tell you the truth, I should have started on the other side, because this is the side I'm gonna season first here. I'm gonna rub that mustard on. I'll flip it over. Put a little bit more, just enough to get it, help this seasoning adhere to it real good. Let that spread out. I'll flip it back over. And like I said, we're going to start off with a little bit of this War Pig barbecue sauce, a ham grenade. Actually tried, like I said, tried that out last week. Came out really good. Enjoyed the flavoring to it. We're going to get a decent amount of this on there. And go all the way down. Season that up. A little bit underneath there. I don't want to rub it. I want to pat it in. Kind of let it do its own thing. Okay. I'm going to put that on there. We're going to flip it over. Remember I said on the back side we're going to use this Perini's rub that my daughter got me for ribs. We're going to be a little bit more generous with this on the top side. We'll let that spread out. And what we're going to do is once we get all 3 of these done, we're going to let them sit here and sweat. Let those juices come through. And it's going to soak it up a little bit. Okay, so when these are ready to go after they sit for about 15-20 minutes while my grill's getting the temperature, we'll come back and this will be wet through this. So you'll see the moisture coming through on this seasoning. So that being said, cheers. All right, the grill's up to temperature. The ribs look like they're ready to go. They're sweated through a little bit to help that seasoning adhere to it. So I'm gonna take these out and put them on the grill, and they're gonna sit there for about 2.5 hours at 275. And once that's done, we'll be back and we'll wrap these things up in foil and put them back on for about another 2 hours at 275 again. All right, here we go. All right, so we got the ribs on. Grill got up to 275. We're gonna let them cook for about 2.5 hours. Go ahead and close that lid. Let that keep going. Like I said earlier, we're using a cherry pellet today. Got all the rub on there. Now it is sit and wait. Cheers. All right, it's been about 2.5 hours. It's been cooking about 275 the entire time. So we're going to open it up and take a look real quick. Well, there they are. We're going to take these inside. We're going to wrap them up and get them ready for the next 2-hour cook. So with that being said, cheers. All right, we're inside now. We've got the ribs in. I've got some butter. I've got this whiskey glaze sauce. We picked this up in Fredericksburg, Texas. I'm gonna try it on instead of a little honey. I'm gonna use some brown sugar. So I'm gonna start off with putting about 4 pats of butter down. Cut these pretty thick. I'm gonna put a little brown sugar. I'm using the light sugar. And spread that out. That looks like plenty to get started with. And then I'm gonna take this whiskey glaze. If it'll come out, it's pretty thick. We're gonna put that, roll a little bit of that on there. Get some of that good flavor, and I've already tried it out. It's pretty good stuff. And then we're gonna let these cook on the grill for about another 2 hours at 275. And all of this is gonna cook into it. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get this, we're gonna place this face down on there. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take 2 sheets of aluminum foil. We're gonna wrap it up real tight. We don't want the bones to puncture this. We want all this to cook in there real good together. And get it good and tight. Nice wrap on there. Roll up this end. And if you want to put apple juice in there, this would be a good time to fold this side up, pour a little juice in there, let it help steam those out. But I got plenty of butter, plenty of brown sugar in there. So I'm just going to roll this on up. Get this good and tight there. Roll that side up. And I'm going to do that 2 more times and take them back out to the grill. Let them cook for about 2.5 hours or 2 more hours at 275. So I forgot my beer outside, so cheers. All right, we're back out. Got everything wrapped up. We're going to leave them on here for another 2 hours. We're going to cook at 275 for the next 2 hours. That being said, cheers. All right, it's been about 2 hours. Getting ready to pull these off. They've been sitting in here, facing meat side down. We're going to take them inside, brush them with some barbecue sauce, and then we're going to bring them back out here for about 10 minutes. Let this stuff settle in real good. So, see you inside. All right, so we're inside. We're going to open this first one up and take a look at it. A lot of juices here. Let's see what we got. Just like I expected, that sauce is going to be nice and dark. This is exactly what we want. This might be a little bit overdone. You want to get in there and get a good look at that. These bones are showing. Bones are pointed out real good. Everything's looking great on that. I'm going to leave my boat put together here. Keep those juices inside. I'm actually going to put on my gloves here and get this turned over real quick because I don't have the cotton gloves underneath. Let's see if I can turn that over. I'm out of these. I can't get my glove off now. So, hand me a fork over there or that spatula, would you? That's fine. Just hand me the spatula. She's trying to keep me filming, and but I need something to turn these things over with. So, that's what you get when you're a rookie. That rib. Things turned over. I don't want the bone to fall off. Well, that's too late, boy. Those bones are just coming out. So I did overcook these. They're still gonna be good. I got bone just coming out. But what we're gonna do is still turn this over. We're gonna get some barbecue sauce on it. There's that real dark bark on there that I was expecting to get. We're going to brush some barbecue sauce on top of this. We're going to set it back out there for a couple more minutes. I'm going to leave it in the boat so the juices stay in there with it. Kind of fold this down. Learned that from watching videos online. Keep the grill clean that way. But we'll do that. We're going to brush some barbecue sauce on there and we'll be right back. Okay, so I got them all set up the way I'm going to put them back on. I made boats out of these so all that juice stays in there when I put them back on for the barbecue sauce to settle in. So I'm going to start off with just some regular barbecue sauce. I'm going to put a little bit on here, and I'm going to brush it out. Get that all over there. That barbecue sauce will settle in. Put a little bit more on there. We don't want it dripping off the bone. We want some on there that's going to allow it to get that good Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on there. So brush that out. A little bit more will help. Here on the side. All right, we're going to use the spicy here in the middle. This is the one, boy, this in here was sitting in the back of the grill and right on most of the heat, and you can tell it. It's we're just falling off the bones. A little overdone, very dark from the brown sugar that I had on there, and that whiskey seasoning we had. But it still looks really good. I'm gonna lather that on real good. I'm gonna lather this one up pretty good. That barbecue sauce is on there. Pat it on there. Maybe a little bit more. These things are going to be good. And then finally, I'm gonna come over here to this last one. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit more dry rub on top of this one here, and then we're gonna throw it back out there. So, sprinkle just a little bit of that on there. Get some more of that Perini Steakhouse rub on there. Give it a little bit of flavoring. I don't need to throw this back on the grill, but I'm going to. Just let it get hot with the other ones. And then we'll be ready to eat here shortly. All right, there we are. They've been sitting there for about 10 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and pull those off. Those bolts come nice and handy so they don't drip all over the grill. The grill's dirty enough as it is. But we're gonna pull those off, take them inside and slice them up. All right, we'll see you inside. All right, well, first time cooking ribs out on my Traeger grill. Not gonna say I'm disappointed, but I could be happier if I pulled them off a little bit sooner. Well, these are falling off the bone ribs over here on that slab that was sitting over the hottest part of the grill, which is fine. I mean, they're gonna be good. They look like they're gonna be great. Got my dry rubs that was sitting up high, and then this other sauce, this regular barbecue sauce on here. If you zoom in right here, you see these bones. That's gonna tell you, that's about that 1/4 inch of bone I said we were gonna be looking for on these. Just perfect cooked rib, looks great. This one here is just falling apart over here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slice into my dry rub one. It's right here in the middle. And rookie mistake, they tell me all the time, cook or cut bone side up so you can see it. Well, I didn't do it. I tell you what, that's just falling apart right there. I'm gonna flip this bad boy over. And that rib's just falling apart. So. Yeah, even that one's just come right off the bone. I want to take a good look at that. It's gonna be some good rib meat, nice and juicy still. Good smoke on that. It's time to eat. Cheers. All right, so I'm Harold Thompson back this week. This week I'm gonna cook some ribs on the grill. My Traeger 575, I'm gonna use a cherry pellet this week on that. I know hickory seems to be a popular one, but I'm gonna try the cherry out on it. So to get us started off this week, a little humor. How do you know when a hamburger's been cooked in outer space?
How?
It's a little meatier.
Well, I hope your barbecue tastes better than that joke.
All right, let's do that again. All right, this is Harold Thompson. I'm back this week. My wife's making me laugh, so we're gonna start over. You didn't move your finger.